Guys, we are back. The Bench Buddies are here to break down the top receivers going into the 2021 season. Ethan,
Yeah, let's do it. What's up, man?
before we start, you gotta plug the content right here. Hit that subscribe, like button, hit the comments, comment what you think of this video before and after, what your predictions are. But Ethan, we'll let you break down the Bills here. Let's go.
All right, so let's start it off with Stefan Diggs. I think he's a superstar receiver, top 5 receiver in the league. Just got it back with Josh Allen this year. It looked really good. So let's move on to this guy right here for Quinn.
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley.
He's a good average guy, I'd say. He's a good little slot guy. And I would put Emmanuel Sanders in there. He's been kind of hopping around team to team. But with Josh Allen as QB, he's going to make him look good. All right, we'll go with our first rookie here. Ethan, Jalen Waddle.
I'm gonna say he could be a star, so I'm gonna put him in the star category. I think you agree with me on this. I'm a big Jalen Waddle guy, especially with all the weapons around him. He could be really good, along with Devontae Parker. I think he's a star receiver as well. And what do you think about Will Fuller? I could see him as being a star too. To be honest with you, he might be underrated though.
I think he's underrated because of his potential with Fuller, but I think for the sake of it, I think we got to put him in average just because he's kind of fallen off.
Lots of
injuries. This is only for this year too. Like what could happen, not overall, your career and stuff. It's just this year.
Right. All right.
Kendrick Bourne. I'm gonna just put average. Nelson Aguilar. Trash. Eagles. I feel like he's trash. Eagles no.
Yeah.
All right, we got our own Western Michigan native, Corey Davis.
Yep, Corey Davis. I'd say he's underrated, dude.
I agree.
I like him. He's fast. He's good. Jameson Crowder. He's got to be.
I go average.
Yeah, I go average because he's got production.
But then again, he's never really had a good quarterback. Or a good system that fit in the Jets. He's had Darnold, but all right. We'll move on to the next division. Ethan, Marquise Brown. This division really well. Where do you think Brown can fit?
Marquise Brown, I'd say he is right now. He's an average receiver, but yeah, let's keep him at average because I'd say for this year, average would work the best. And then, what should we put him at?
I think Sammy is overrated.
I think I agree with that, Sammy, for sure. He hasn't had very many good seasons lately.
Then we got, I think that is
T. Higgins. Yep. T. Higgins. I think he's underrated.
Underrated. Yeah, I agree.
Let's
see. Chase. I would
Jamar Chase.
I think you just got to put him star just because he's reunited with Burrow, and I think it's either gonna be him or Waddle for best receiver out of the rookies this year. I know Devonta Smith, everyone's
Devonta Smith. Yep.
Slow your roll, but it could be a three wide receiver race for rookie of the year. I'm just saying.
And Tyler Boyd's definitely underrated, without a doubt. If anybody, all you fantasy owners that had Tyler Boyd know that for sure. He's a dog. Odell, what do you think about Odell?
Off the field, he's a superstar.
Right.
Everyone knows who Odell is, but production-wise, as of late, I'm only gonna put him as a star just because he got hurt last year, got hurt the year before. So he hasn't really put a complete season yet together. So hopefully this is the year, and hopefully he can become the superstar that Browns always wanted.
Definitely, he could be. He definitely has that potential. Jarvis Landry, I think he's got to go on average. Because he's not really particularly good at anything. He's just a good route runner. He's good at catching the ball, but he's just not that star.
Proficient in the he's good at one-handed catches and route running, but other than that, there's nothing that you're that was easy touchdown.
Yeah. What do you think about Deontay? I'll let you rate Deontay Johnson.
I think he's underrated. Just because everyone's always talking about Juju and Claypool, and he was a rookie last year, right?
Yeah, or no, he's played in a couple seasons, but he's been getting better.
So he's been slowly introduced, I guess, to the league, pretty much. So I think he can be a star after the end of this year. Projections on him in fantasy.
He does have that projection.
They're all high, so hopefully, room for him.
Yeah, Juju, I'd say he is an average receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think you can call him underrated because everyone knows about him, but people hate on him for no reason. So I don't think he's.
No, not no reason.
I mean, he's just
dances
all
on
he does is
logos.
dance. But as a player, you can't hate
Claypool.
on him. His production's there.
Claypool though. I want to put him in underrated, but like, I don't know. I think he's just average, just because he has Ben.
For right now, yeah.
But
I'd
it was
say
only his first year last year, so
right. Average is safe right now. All right, let's go with that Brandon Cooks.
No, that's Kiki Kuti, I think.
Kiki Cutie.
I think he's just an average guy.
Yeah, he's definitely towards the bottom end of that average guy, out of that average category, though. I wouldn't call him trash. That's
Cooks.
That's Brandon Cooks.
I think he's a star.
I think he's a star too. He's good. T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman. T.Y. Hilton might be overrated, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree. Like when he had did he have any of Peyton? I don't think so, did he?
No, he had Andrew Luck though.
He had Luck. Luck was good to him. And then after that, I mean the quarterback they didn't really have a good quarterback until last year with Rivers, and he didn't really perform that well. So I would put him in there. But Pittman, underrated for sure.
Underrated. Yep. I agree.
Chark.
DJ Chark, I'd say he's underrated as well, honestly. Being in the Jags, especially.
I agree. Marvin Jones
might just be an average guy.
Average guy.
Yep. All right, now we got to talk about these next two guys. Obviously, I'd say Julio's a superstar, and AJ Brown's probably a star. But dude, he could be a superstar this year, I think.
Dude, you gotta put them both in superstars.
Okay.
Like
respect.
They have Derrick Henry on that team too. So like you gotta pick what you're gonna stop. Like if you want to stop Henry, okay, you make Tannehill throw to 2 top 10 receivers in the league right now.
Yeah.
Like you can't. It's just pick your poison with the Titans this year.
Agreed. Jerry Jeudy, I think he could be a star this year. His route running is just different from all those rookies from last year. It's crazy.
Who's quarterbacking? It's either Locke or
it's Drew Lock right now, or Teddy
Bridgewater, right?
Yeah.
So if it's Bridgewater, I think he can get an upgrade there. And that would help Judy's stock, obviously. And same with Sutton. I think Sutton can be a star.
He's been really good, except for last year was when he got hurt. So I think you should still put him as a star because he didn't prove himself not being good. He just got hurt. Tough injury. It's football. It happens. Tyreek Hill, superstar. Absolutely.
Cheetah, superstar.
Fastest dude in the freaking league. He's crazy. Except for that one guy on the Bucks. Who's that guy? Miller? Scotty Miller?
White dude. Yeah.
Yo. Nicole Hardman, one of the faster guys in the league as well. But he's just
I think I'm putting him in underrated solely because him and he's on the Chiefs. Like Mahomes, Tyreek, Kelsey, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like obviously those guys are getting talked about, and this dude could easily probably go be a number one on probably half the teams in the league just because he's quick.
True. That's a very good point.
So I think he's in the underrated.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure.
Bryan Edwards. I would just say average. We haven't really seen a lot out of the Raiders, and
I'd say Henry Ruggs is average too, man.
All I've seen last year was speed.
Right, and he could be good.
I didn't really see anything else, but he could be into that star potential at the end of the year.
Right.
Solely because of Carr, and they're back in Vegas. They're actually in Vegas this year for the first time with fans, so you never know how that affects like gameplay and fans just being there and all that.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen is a superstar.
I think he is one of the most underrated players in the league.
He could be, you could put him as underrated too, but he's also a superstar. So yeah, he's crazy.
He's what, 26, 27? But this dude, if you look at his picture right now, he looks like he's like mid-30s. He didn't age well, but
his game aged well.
Big fantasy guy, I think he's a good second, third round pick. Like he's been consistent for
He's always been
every year he's
consistent.
been in the league. And if you're looking for a safe pick, I think Keenan Allen's that guy.
Yeah.
I
Mike
think
Williams.
Mike Williams.
Hmm.
I think he's trash. Not gonna lie.
Really? That's a hot take.
But Herbert is a dog, so I mean he can make him probably underrated just like that. So I'm just putting him there just because he hasn't really had production, but a lot of career left to prove himself. So
all right, so Amari Cooper.
Moving on to the NFC.
You think he's a star receiver?
I agree with that.
I think I would say so. A lot of production last year. I mean, not without Dak, didn't do great, but I don't think anybody did good on the Cowboys after Dak got hurt. So CeeDee Lamb, he's got to be underrated or star. Star. Okay, I like that.
Star. I think he's gonna have the biggest second year out of all of running backs or wide receivers. Obviously, quarterbacks are different, but out of running backs, wide receiver, I think CeeDee Lamb's the guy that's gonna have a huge breakout year and potentially become that superstar, especially with Dak. Before Dak got hurt, I mean, this man was probably in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. Like, he was balling out.
Definitely.
So, if Dak's healthy this year and is doing what they did last year, like, I could see CD having a big year, especially with that defense in Dallas. Like, it's terrible. So, they're going to have to be thrown a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a good fantasy option as well. Sterling Shepard, would you say he's underrated or average or trash?
I'd put average. I mean, he's had Danny Dimes and Eli, and at the end of his career, hasn't really had anything. Galladay.
If you go off pure talent, he's a superstar. But I mean, I think you just gotta say, yeah. What do you think?
I want to say underrated because he's with the Lions.
He really is underrated. He really is underrated.
Like all the Lions fans, I'm sorry, but no one wants to play in Detroit. Like, come on, no one wants to come there.
No offense to these Lions fans out there, though. We love you.
Yeah, no offense.
There's a special place for you guys, man.
You got Jalen Reagor.
Jalen Reagor.
I put average.
I think his potential is better than average, but yeah. Devontae Smith, I'd say he's underrated, maybe.
Yeah, I go with that just because he's rookie.
Nobody's really talking about him right now. It's crazy.
It's all Chase, Waddle, all these other rookies, and then he's still being slept on. Even though last year he won the Heisman, he's like, whatever. Doesn't have the size, doesn't have the body type, whatever. Dude can ball. Oh yeah. Got Scary Terry, superstar.
Scary Terry, you think he's a superstar? I would have said star or superstar, so I'm okay with that for sure.
Put Scary Terry on a team with a solidified QB. That dude could be the next Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, Stefan Diggs, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah. Is it Curtis Samuel?
Yep.
All right, Curtis Samuel. I think he's underrated receiver, honestly. I think his potential was really good, and he's been balling out. He's been a good, decent fantasy option. He's been like the number 3 guy in Carolina, so I'm hoping he'll be better this year.
All right, you got A-Rob. I'm going star. A-Rob's a star. He's
a solidified star.
He's had Mitch throwing him the ball, and dude's been consistent for every year that he's been in the league, just balling out. So, I mean, he could be that superstar Fields takes him to the next level this year, saying Fields is the starter.
With that. Darnell Mooney, same kind of thing with him. He's underrated, though, because he hasn't really proven. Obviously, A-Rob's been proven. But Darnell Mooney is one of those guys that have the potential to be up there, especially with Justin Fields at quarterback this year. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, for the Bears fans out there, and honestly for the league perspective as well. Like, I hope he's out there.
All right, so I don't know who this guy is, if I'm being honest.
It's like Amon St. Brown.
Amon St. Brown.
I think he was a third, fourth round. I think he's just average right now. He's a rookie going this year. You can't really put him as underrated, I guess.
You can't put him as anything else.
So I would just put him there. And then you got Tyrell Williams.
Oh my gosh. Dude's trash.
Sorry, Lions. It's gonna be a rough year. Yeah, it's gonna be
a rough year.
All right, my boy Devontae. Oh man, like top 3 receiver, and he's not 3 and he's not 2.
He's not 2. He's number 1 for sure.
Not biased because I'm wearing this shirt, but it's just facts. Like, go look at stats. Go look at stats. All right, you got Funchess, a new addition to the Packers. I'd put him as average right now. And then you got Cobb as well. He's back with Rodgers. I'm gonna put him as average as well. But,
JJ,
you know,
JJ's next.
Ooh,
Justin Jefferson,
JJ.
thinking star or superstar?
Hit that giddy. You know how to hit that giddy. Dude's gonna be a superstar in this league. I mean, you saw what he could do last year. He's a superstar already.
Oh,
Thielen, you got to put him as a star because he had a huge breakout year a few years back before JJ.
Calvin Ridley.
Then you got Kelvin.
He could be
Calvin
a superstar.
Ridley. He could, but
he's not right now. So star.
He's not. He's got Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, and then you got Russell Gage. I would just put average.
Yeah, average for sure. Robbie Anderson. I think
he could be like underrated, but then again, I think you just got to play the safe bet and put him in average just because he played with the Jets and then now he's in Carolina for his second year.
Yeah, and he had Teddy B but now he's back with Darnold, so we could see something going on there. DJ Moore. You think he's a star or is he underrated? What is
I put underrated. I mean, he's still got to prove himself some, so I would just put him there just for safe. I think that's a safe play, but star could be incoming for next year.
All right, so Michael Thomas. Is he a star?
Yeah, I would have put him in a superstar, but I mean, all the Saints drama that's going on right now. I mean, I don't know what the whole situation is there, so I'm just gonna put him as a star. Or what about who is this guy again?
Raekwon Smith. He is an underrated receiver, in my opinion. I think he could still be really good. I've been thinking this for the last 3 years, so I could be wrong, so don't come at me, but I like him as a player.
All right, you got Mike Evans. Healthy Mike Evans, superstar, no doubt.
Yep. He's a dog.
Even when he had Jameis, like this dude was, you know, like, oh my gosh, like Jameis, like he's still balling out with Jameis. I mean, I know he threw 30 TDs and 30 picks, but I mean,
the production's there, but from Mike Evans for sure.
For sure. Godwin, I'd put star. What about you?
I'd go star.
Same with AB. I'd go star.
Yeah, I think imagine if AB made a comeback this year and just went crazy.
He became awesome. The one, solidified one in Tampa. It could happen with Tom.
Yeah, it could.
Tom brings out the best in players. So, all right,
superstar.
My favorite receiver that isn't Devontae Adams, D-Hop.
Superstar,
no doubt. Him and Kyler Murray were deadly last year in his first year in AZ. He led me to a championship in fantasy in a few leagues. So I gotta put him up there. What about AJ Green? He said injury prone, Mr. Injury Prone.
Mr. Injury Prone, AJ Green. Put him in the trash / overrated, but I'm saying trash because man, he hasn't done anything in like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Kupp. Underrated?
Underrated. And I'm gonna put Woods there too. I know Woods he's kind of a star, but he's had Goff thrown to him. And Goff had this one good year where he had all weapons in the world pretty much.
Yeah.
So that made him look better. But he's with Stafford now. Both those receivers are with Stafford now.
Yeah.
They could become stars instantly, just like that. Maybe even one a superstar. Who knows? But I would say the better chance to become a superstar would be Woods, and both equally have a good chance at becoming a star. All right, we got the last two teams here. You got the Niners and the Seahawks. We'll start with Ayuk.
Underrated. Dude's underrated. His rookie year was actually really good if you look at it. He had a lot of rushing yards too. Dude's just fast, got wheels, he can ball. Now we got Deebo Samuel. Ooh, is he underrated or is he average?
I think you put him in underrated because this is his third year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what? He had Jimmy G for 1 year, and then last year was kind of a disaster because people were hurt and that. So he had
He hasn't really been
one
stable at
sophomore
quarterback
slump.
yet.
Whatever the Niners do this year with Jimmy G or Trey Lance, I think both these receivers will benefit if they're healthy. So whatever that brings them, I think they can be underrated, potentially becoming stars, just like the Rams as well. DK.
DK, what are you doing here?
I mean, I want to put him in like superstar.
Yep.
But
I wouldn't be mad at that.
But like superstar, I don't know. It's just tough. We're gonna
all right. Let's put him as a superstar because I think his speed matched with his just physical nature is crazy. He could be a stud. He could be an absolute stud, just based on potential. Is that Tyler Lockett?
I would put him as underrated. Like, I know he's been in the league for a while.
He has those games that are like 4 touchdowns, and it's just crazy. But
he also has next game he has 5 receiving yards.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know. Like, it's just how the Seahawks have a good game plan around him. But obviously, those games where he has blown up, like, shows you that he can do those things consistently.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep, I agree.
But he's also had, let's see, who else was the receiver before him in DK? Like, he had another star receiver when Russ was still QB, and I can't remember who it is, but I know he's always been the second option there. So I think he could be a number 1 as well at a different team and really show who he is as a player. Yeah. But that concludes our list.
Those are our NFL receivers ranked in tiers. If you guys disagree with us, then let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow the Instagrams. Just do what you guys want to do. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bench Buddies are out.